Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Though, keep game though, bro. I want to talk about this, man. This shit is really starting to bother me. Does sparring matter or does it not matter? Does it matter or does it not matter? Is it a factor or is it a non-factor? Don't talk to me about what's going on with Jared Anderson and Tyson Fury in sparring if y'all ain't gonna chalk it up to the game when it's your particular favorite fighter that's getting beat up and handed in sparring. Don't do it. Me personally, it matters to me. Me personally, all I do is spar. That's all I do. If we could get to a point, if the amateur program got to a point where they would allow certain people in, or they would allow you in to compete with your facial hair, this is the only thing that hinders me from competing. And I want to fight. It's just, this is too hard to shake. But that's going against the point of what I'm trying to make. The point is, sparring matters to me. It matters to me. It's always going to matter to me. Why? Because it is a fight. I don't know what makes sparring is fighting. Even on an amateur level, you have headgear. It's a legitimate fight. It's not a sanctioned fight. You don't get any points. You know, it doesn't go down as a mark in your book as a legitimate fight. But sparring is a fight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a fight. It's most definitely a fight. Huh? It's a fight. Tim Bradley said, I like to get beat up in sparring. Why? Because it is a fight. They said they've had, you know, there's a reason why Canelo was in the gym sparring Frank Sanchez, because a lot of cats his size, he hurts him in sparring. Why? He's not pulling punches with a lot of them cats. Once you get to a certain level and you come in the gym to give me good work, you're either a prospect or a high-level amateur, which means you have the skill to hurt me. So I'm going to get you before you get me. Kevin Rooney used to tell coaches who would bring their fighters to camp, do not bring him if he's not ready to fight. Because he's not coming in here to work on nothing. He's not coming in here to work on nothing. He's coming in here to fight. I mean, shit. I mean, when you look at Mike Tyson, what else could he work on? You know, set traps, fight off of the back foot, punch on the goal. You know what I'm saying? No. Check hooks. No. He was at a disadvantage. He's coming to fight. He's coming to fight. I mean, we could do this all day. There's people who, when you spar, you're fighting. Whatever tools you learn in sparring, you're learning that to fight, my nigga. Like, you learn to slip. You learn how to defend yourself against different timings of different opponents. You learn how to slip. You learn how to pick up on people's timing faster. You learn all that shit. You learn counterpunching. Why? Because it is combat. It's combat. You're going through the motions of this is a fight. It's just not a fight that's going to count towards you in your book and your amateur record or your professional record. Either we're going to be with it or we're going to be against it, man. Nobody talks about Anthony Joshua, because now Anthony Joshua with an op. That's top op right there. So nobody talks about how Anthony Joshua did Tyson Fury in sparring. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to discuss that. Nobody, but oh man, Tyson Fury, you know, he's just leagues better than Anthony Joshua. He's leagues better than Anthony Joshua. Is he leagues better than Jared Anderson? Because how it sounded, Jared Anderson was giving him the same amount of treatment. So either we're gonna be with it or we're gonna be without it. That's all I'm saying. You're not gonna get Jared Anderson isn't gonna give you the look of a Deontay Wilder. No way. They're two completely different frames. He's in there with F.A. Jagba. That's as close as you're dealing with a wiry dude, a wiry, rangy dude. That's the closest. You're not gonna get that look with the big baby. And y'all keep talking about Tyson Fury, how he getting crashed in sparring. Who is Deontay Wilder sparring? Who are his sparring partners? We have a top prospect and a contender at camp with Tyson Fury, prepping him for this fight. Not just YouTube videos of him hitting the mitts and jumping rope and bench pressing. No, he's in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Working with competent opposition. Who is Deontay Wilder sparring? I don't know why people have this mentality that sparring is just this non-factor. You need to spar. You need to spar. You sharpen your steel in sparring. You dig? So either we're gonna be with it or we're gonna be against it. That's all I'm saying. You can learn a lot from somebody in sparring. A lot of times they tell the tale of what happens in the ring. They do. He couldn't handle us in sparring. He can't deal with us in a fight. People like to pick and choose when they talk about sparring. Everybody, they're huge advocates for Earl Spence. But so with them being advocates for Earl Spence, they really jumped on the bandwagon when he blacked Floyd's eye. Hold up real quick, y'all. When he blacked Floyd's eye, everybody, oh shit, he the next thing up. He the next thing up. Because he blacked Floyd's eye in sparring. Hey, I need you to take your sister in, all right? Go, go, go. Take your sister inside. Jojo, Giovanni, take your sister inside. Take your sister inside. Go, go, go. But yeah, either we gonna be with it or we gonna be against it. And bring my water out here. It's in the fridge. Close my door, kiddo. Will you? Close my door. Gracias, babies. Los vamos, babies. Bye, babies. But either we gonna be with it or we gonna be against it. Do not talk to me about sparring and how, oh shit, he can, this and that and the third happened to him in sparring. If you're not gonna, equate that to your favorite fighter, don't do it. That shit is corny to me, man. I hate sparring. Is a situation where niggas can they pick and choose when they wanna give it its just due. I fucking hate that shit. I cannot stand it. Oh, it's sparring, it's sparring, it's sparring, it's sparring. Like, what is sparring? What is sparring? What is sparring? And then when you see someone, like, look at Erickson Lubin and Edgar Berlanga. Look at that sparring footage, man. Niggas was, man, I don't know about Edgar Berlanga. Look at what Erickson Lubin was doing to him, and he's 2 divisions up under him. We either gonna be with it or we gonna be against it. We either gonna be with it or we gonna be against it. Don't talk that, oh, it's just sparring shit if you not. Gracias. Don't talk that sparring shit if you gonna be one of them niggas who's just like, oh nah, man, you just pick and choose when it's cool and when it's not cool. That pisses me off when people do that shit. Ready to go? Alright. Making a video. You seatbelt on?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Shit is whack to me. That shit is whack. When you spar, sparring is fighting. It's combat. You're fighting. You can get hurt in spar with that headgear on. You can get hurt. Someone can put you to sleep with headgear on. Niggas get dropped and put to sleep in amateurs. And it's, come on now, really? These fucking kids, man. God damn. yeah, man, don't get so excited off of Fury getting beat up in sparring. And at that level, he's probably getting beat up because his coach is telling him this is what we're working on. We're working on your flaws. So we're not gonna spar him off of the strengths. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna fight him. We're gonna work your flaws. We're really gonna iron out that wrinkle in your game. So he may not be fighting him in the manner that he will fight. He may not be fighting him in the manner that he will fight on fight night. He may be working on it. He's counter punching. He's setting traps. He's staying in the pocket. You dig? It's just straight up clinch work. It's a multitude of reasons why he could be getting beat up in sparring, or he could just be getting some grade A sparring. Because Jared Anderson is just that nigga. He could just be that. Stop picking and choosing when y'all want to praise sparring and when y'all want to denigrate it. I really cannot stand that shit. I really cannot stand it. We can go down the list through our history of people who like to fight in sparring. Like we fight. Vladimir Klitschko will bring them youngins in. Yo, bring them in. Because I'm putting them to work. I'm putting these little niggas to work. He used sparring as a catalyst to let him know, man, yo, like I'm top op around here. Like I'm that nigga. So that would kind of like mentally discourage somebody. Just how they got dead in sparring. So you really ain't trying to get in the ring with me. Look how I did you in sparring. Them same people was talking about, oh man, look at what's happening with Tyson Fury in sparring. Let's talk about what Michael Hunter, how he allegedly used to do Deontay Wilder in sparring. Could we do that? According to him, he used to crash Deontay Wilder in sparring. That's why he's like, I know for a fact I'd beat him. I'd beat Deontay Wilder. Because I remember them sparring sessions. I used to get the better of him in sparring. Should we chalk that up to the is that just sparring now because it's Deontay Wilder? Or can we hold Wilder accountable for that? Yeah, y'all pick and choose when y'all want to, oh man, it's just sparring. Oh man, it was just the amateurs. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are naked, or to my knowledge, 3-3, and they're split. 3-3 in the amateurs. Oh, that's just the amateurs. It's just alright. There's always something. Oh, that was it was only a 6-round bout. It was a 10-round bout. Y'all pick and choose, man. Y'all pick and choose. Y'all pick and y'all choose. Stop doing that shit, man. Sparring matters. Why? Because it is a fight. I have plenty of fights in the ring. Not none that go into my, I'm not working to get up in, into the amateurs or the amateur rankings and none of that. I have plenty of fights in the gym between Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know how many fights I have. A lot of them. That doesn't go to my amateur, my record, because I'm not competing. But it is a fight nonetheless. And I really need y'all to understand that shit. I really need y'all to. I can talk about. I won't do that. But just the people, I'm not even gonna say that. But it's been people who have went in. No, I can't. We can't talk. We can't let that leak out to the to the tabloids. We're trying to build and brand this dude. It would look bad if you came out talking about what transpired in sparring. Damn it! I took the wrong turn again. Why do I always do that? No, this is it over here. This is it. Yeah, this is it. All right, I'm good. What happens in sparring, that's another thing, man. Motherfuckers are so quick to, all the clout chasing and shit, man. It was a point in time where sparring wasn't, you couldn't even record it because it was sacred. And You expose people's flaws in sparring. You expose them just like the same way you expose people's flaws in a sanctioned bout. You expose them in sparring. Why? Because the difference between the two is one is going in, for your record. The other one is just either you get, you're sharpening your tools regardless. If you really in there getting it in with somebody who's pushing you or you pushing them. But I need y'all to understand that shit. Stop picking and choosing when y'all want to big up sparring and when y'all want to denigrate sparring. That shit is corny. That shit is corny, especially for motherfuckers who just don't. Ugh. Sparring matters. It's always gonna matter. Like, you got an attitude right there, Miss Lady. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That's all I gotta say, though, man. Fuck out of here. Don't talk to me about sparring. Let's talk about what happened with Michael Hunter and Deontay Wilder before y'all get hyped off of what's happening with Tyson Fury and Big Baby. Big Baby is a dude who's a solid prospect with tremendous upside and is looking to be the future of that division. Black American a legitimate black heavyweight who's looking to fight proper opposition and rise through the rankings to become a champion. That's who Big Baby is. F.A. Ajagba is a solid contender. That's who F.A. Ajagba is. And he's getting work with both of them cats. So y'all remember that shit. Next time y'all want to talk some goofy shit about, oh, it's just sparring. It's just sparring. It's just sparring. They just sparring. You tripping off sparring. But the minute something goes wrong with Tyson Fury in camp, you hear something to denigrate him. Now sparring is, that shit matters now. Fuck out of here.